One of the biggest enemies to our marriage is tomorrow. When we are dating, we sell the best. When a couple is dating, no matter their age in life, if you find a lady right now who is in her late 50s or early 60s, a guy in his late 50s or early 60s, whatever age you put them in, no matter what they've achieved in life, if they have jobs and they're CEOs, they're doctors, whatever they're doing in life.
For me as a lady, a young lady, I was just like, okay, this guy is interested in me and let's see, I like him, he makes me laugh, I enjoy his company. I was not thinking, I was not like motivated by, there might be someone else who he might, be talking to at these times. It never crossed my mind.
Look at any marriage whereby after a while, if an affair enters, how does an affair come in? Doesn't an affair come with the same things that courtship had? Affairs come with the flirting, the jokes, the conversation, the eagerness to meet, all those things. All those things come with affairs. Look at any couple that has dealt with affairs in the marriage. If you go back to the very core, it began from. Today we are talking about adjustments. Yeah. And we are looking at this animal called marriage. I call it an animal because it has life and it grows and it feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's something you said a few minutes ago. I think you are just preparing to come on, and you say that what happens between courtship and what happens in marriage, and what there's like an adjustment that takes place that I think many couples fail to really adjust to. We had our own struggle. We are still going through the process, but this whole change that takes place, there's the dating part, we are courting, then we are married. And this is funny because I've seen it affecting couples who have been married even for 20 years or so, whereby they still have a hangover of how it was. When someone is good to you, you don't forget.
True.
Unless you're wicked.
Yeah.
But you don't forget. So I said yes. Then what? Yeah. That small adjustment is what I'm looking at, because I've seen that many couples struggle, that you find that someone says, when you're dating, this person is patient, we got married, they stop being patient. The adjustments on expectations, the adjustments on the dreams, and marriage over time answers very many questions. Yeah. And the older the marriage gets, the likely the marriage moves farther from the courtship days. The memory remains, because whenever even an affair happens in a marriage, it happens because a person was taken back to the courtship window.
Yeah.
What changed?
A lot changed. A lot changes when you cross over from the dating scene, and now you've agreed together that this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, hopefully. And then you get married, and then all of a sudden it's like you're in the house and you don't even know what to do with this person. And I kind of feel like no amount of premarital counseling can really prepare you for marriage and what it really brings out of you. And I feel like maybe in the courtship stage, a lot of us are just going through the motions, enjoying the attention, enjoying the gifts, enjoying the little moments where you just escape and it's just the two of you, enjoying just special, bonding moments in courtship. And then maybe we don't see how we're supposed to change, as a woman or as a man, putting on the shoes of a wife, putting on the cape of a husband, like what is expected of me once that ring is on the finger. And I remember when we first got married, and it takes a while to sink in, you're actually married, you're someone's someone, you're someone's person. And it took me a really long time to think like, wow, I'm actually a wife. But what does it really entail? Like, why do we cross over and then have that space of, okay, how do I adjust? And then you're not remembering all your premarital classes because you're not even paying attention. You're so
like
in
La
love.
Masse.
Yeah.
It's like La Masse classes.
You're so in love. Your head is in the clouds. You know, I mean, they give so much good information, but premarital classes don't really prepare you for the day-to-day, you know, of coming into the role of a wife, of coming into the role of a husband. And personally, I see that there needs to be a sincere look at what marriage is. What is marriage? You know, when we're dating, it's like just fun and games. You know, we're planning the wedding, we're buying the gowns, we're buying the stuff, we're looking for a venue, we want a good DJ, good music, good food. Like, we're caught up in all of those things. And it's hard to just sit down as a couple sometimes and really spell out what is the constitution of our marriage. You know, what is the vision, what is the mission, what do you expect from me, and what do I expect from you? You know, really talking about it outside of the premarital classes where someone is guiding you, but just sitting down with your partner before the marriage comes. I feel like it's a very rare thing for couples to just sit down and really lay it out for each other so that we know what is expected once we cross over.
But I think I'm judging from how I do my premarital classes, since I do very good ones.
Yeah. The best.
Well, one of the things we don't want to talk about is expectations. We
Yeah.
talk about roles, talk about expectations. That has to be on the table. The biggest issue I have is the sustainability. What becomes the threat to the sustainability? Because and it's so funny because if I look at our marriage, for example, if you sit with anyone right now, if I throw a stone, talk to a woman right now, she'll say, my husband stopped doing the things he used to do when we were dating.
Yeah.
If you meet the husband somewhere and ask him, he'll say, my wife stopped doing the things that we used to do when we were dating.
Yeah.
Or you'd hear someone saying, I had a man saying, you know, I actually feel conned. You know, this lady sold me one thing.
Screensaver.
Yeah, we got married and the thing that I saw was something else, you know. There's something that happens that makes it unsustainable. I've had many couples saying that we used to play together when we were dating. In fact, when they were dating, it's very interesting because I remember when we were dating and we would have, there used to be those 50 cents phone calls. Remember, offers 50 cents something, or you free from what time to what time.
Yeah.
And we would talk until 4 in the morning. Knowing very well you have to go to work the next day. I have to go to work the next day. But still the conversation would stand till 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Then marriage happens. When marriage happens, couples don't talk until 4 in the morning unless they're fighting.
Most probably.
Unless they're fighting. Even when people are out of town, you find that maybe this guy's wife or husband is out of town, they will not talk until 4 in the morning. They will talk for a short period of time. The issue is this adjustment that makes this thing that was there, the potential that was there, because we married.
Potential.
Yeah, there's potential that is there. I married a potential. I married the potential of we're going to have a good time. We're going to live like this. We're going to laugh at jokes. We're going to paint each other. We're going to do food fights, whatever it is. Then we get married and it becomes unsustainable. What makes it unsustainable? Because we can't argue it is money. Because at times when you're dating, we are broke.
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah.
I was broke when we were dating.
On average.
On average, I was broke. So, on average, yes. There were days I was broke than others.
True.
So, if you look at it like this thing that comes in that finally we are here and these guys were dating, and when you are dating, you find that people can barely get their hands off each other. You know, you leave them together and they want to be on each other in a minute. Then they get married and They can actually stay 8 months, 9 months, 1 year, whatever, without physical contact. There were those patients, those jokes. That switch that takes place, that it becomes almost an unsustainable task. And why I'm asking this is because I've got a spanner to their works, which is that there are people who have dated for 10 years,
Yeah.
11 years,
True.
and they sustain that for 11 years. Then they get married. Yeah.
Then it's the misadjustment still happens.
Yeah, something happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel, for me, I kind of feel like marriage is really fought. When you look at it from a spiritual perspective, when you fully commit and when you fully put yourself into the covenant, it's like things just rise up from everywhere to try and break, that agreement that two people have come into as a holy union for the rest of their life. Things just, pop up from everywhere. Emotions are high, hormones are there, the demands of life. When you're walking into this marriage as a woman, maybe you were taken care of by your parents. Whatever you needed was provided for, right? And then all of a sudden, you've come into this role where you have to be a wife. You also have to bring, food on the table. Someday you're also going to be a wife, a mother. And then there's so many other things that are happening around those roles. Is there enough money? Is someone unhealthy? Are we going to make enough money to sustain their lives? Like, so many things are coming when you cross over. And because we're not fully aware or fully open to the fact that, we're making a serious spiritual commitment to each other. And it's not always going to be rosy. I think sometimes as we're in that courtship season period, we need to be fully aware that we're coming into a union. We're also coming into a place where we have to fight for our love. We have to fight for our peace. We have to fight for the good times. We have to fight for the friendship. We have to fight for the peace in the marriage, because things that you did not even expect would finally show up, suddenly, out of nowhere, show up in marriage. So from my perspective, I kind of feel like a lot of times in courtship, we're kind of blinded to the reality of what marriage is. That it's a journey. It's a process. It's grueling sometimes. It's fulfilling at the same time. But if we don't have the openness and the readiness to fight for the peace in the marriage, then that adjustment is very difficult to make. Just because there's so much that's coming up that's trying to keep the two of you. That's trying to keep the two of you apart.
Again, looking at that, there'll always be a competing interest in life. I think the general nature of life is there'll always be a competing interest.
Sure. Yeah.
There'll always be a competing interest. But when I look at very many journeys. I think about something. I think you once had me say a while before. I think I was preaching somewhere at a wedding. And I said that one of the biggest enemies to a marriage is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And when we are dating, we sell the best. But
the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah, we sell the best. Like when a couple is dating, no matter their age in life, if you find a lady right now who is in her late 50s or early 60s, a guy in his late 50s or early 60s, whatever age you put them in, no matter what they've achieved in life, if they have jobs and they're CEOs, they're doctors, whatever they're doing in life, they have even children, throw children inside there, throw in the kitchen sink. Whenever you find us there, you find that there is, when I'm putting my best foot forward, I always go back to a simple question, which is, why am I putting my best foot forward? You see? And that is normally the biggest issue in most marriages, is that question of why do I put my best foot forward? Why will this man go out of his way to buy this lady flowers, to pick her up from work, to call her? Why will this lady go out of her way, cook that meal, meet this man, send him whatever it is, whatever it is. When people are dating, if a guy sends the girlfriend a text and says something that is unsuitable for under 18 to her, she'd likely respond and be very flirtatious, or she says something. There's a way that there's normally a way, a place these people meet. If it is a working towards marriage, let's go to that. Then there's like a corner, like a dangerous corner, a very sharp corner, that when people get married, it stops. And my question goes to that adjustment you're talking about, that switch that goes off. That okay, we talk every year. We talk till 4 in the morning. Now we don't have to talk until 4 in the morning. We would do this. Now we don't have to do this. Many people never look at why was I putting the best foot forward. Because if I can answer the question why I put the best foot forward, then I can answer the question as to why I cannot sustain it.
How would you answer that question? Because from where I sit, I wouldn't answer that question. I'd ask myself, why am I not doing the things I did during our courtship period? Why am I not doing them? And is it because I'm taking my partner for granted? I would not think, why was I, so eager during courtship? And then now into the marriage, I just can't be bothered.
You see now,
the question for me would be, what is the source of this change? Is it that I'm feeling insecure, or something has happened and I'm just feeling resentful towards my partner? Is there an underlying issue? Is there an expectation that I had during courtship that is now not being fulfilled in the marriage? So those are the questions that I would ask. I would not have the emotional intelligence to look at myself and ask, okay, why aren't I doing the things that I did during courtship?
Yeah, because we really try our level best. I mean, men would lie. Men would say whatever they have to say. Put the best foot forward. He said, this guy would do his best. He's going for a date, he'd shave, never shaves. He'd shave, wait, pick the best restaurants, dress well, good. all those things, I remember one time I was dating this guy many years ago, long before you. Yes, I remember, and I was looking for a good restaurant to actually take her, and I took her to a restaurant, and I remember her coming in jeans and saying, "Man, nobody go to stairs."
Wow.
I was like, oops.
Yeah.
Overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about like just that very effort. If I go back, remember we date based on our insecurities, we marry based on our insecurities. 98% of people, if you ask them now, why were they putting their best foot forward? And you'll always hear this. They never answer this question, so I'm answering it for them.
Yeah.
It's the threat.
The threat.
The threat. There's a threat of loss. When you are dating, you are a free range chicken. The hawks can get you. The eagles can get you. The hyenas can get you. Yeah. And what happens is that because of the threat, people go hard on the threat. Because as a man, I am under threat. Why is it that you'd find that a guy would get a chick quickly, sleep with her, and want to get her pregnant quickly? Yeah. Not because he loves her. No. How many marriages have you had people saying I got married because I was pregnant? Why? Yeah. It's because one person was under threat and felt if I get pregnant or if I get her pregnant, she'll go nowhere. Or if at all she gets pregnant, he will go nowhere. There's a threat of what if you meet another guy You see, what if you meet another guy who's doing better than I am doing? What if you meet another guy who has more than I have? What if you meet another guy like this? So this person goes out of their way. A lady is thinking, okay, what if another chick is there? Another chick is hitting on him. What if another chick is somewhere there? I have to be there. I have to be there. I have to be the best. So when the people are running after the threats, running after the threats. That's why you find that if I talk to you until 4 in the morning, there's a high chance you won't talk to anyone else. Unless you are a night runner. You'll talk to no one else. You will be there, you'll talk to me, and okay, I finished at 4:15. We are blacking out the two of us. He's asleep, I'm asleep. He won't be chatting anyone else. He won't be calling it. 98% of people when they date, 98% of people when they date are making the choice that way. Even you find even those who are certain that I'll not end up marrying this person, they still make the choice of there is a threat. When there's a threat, people show up because they are afraid that someone else can be lingering here. You may go to work in the morning, and this guy in the morning will come to work and give you flowers and say good morning and give you flowers. So what do I have to do? I have to send you flowers.
Yeah.
And early in the morning, I have to send you flowers. I have to do this because I am afraid that I may lose you, and maybe you are afraid that you may lose me. Now the problem is when we get married, because that was the substratum, and because it was the core reason, the core reason why. It doesn't mean the person doesn't love you. It's a good that guys understand. The other person did not love you. They love you. Yes, they do. They want to be with you. Yes, they do. They value you. Yes, they do. But they have never learned how to do those things absent of threat.
Right. But the threat is always there. Let's be real.
Yeah, but at times you can be the people who are threat averse. Yes.
Yeah.
I
would beg them not to be threat averse.
Yes, we have 5 children.
Because the same threats that were there when the couple was, courting are the same threats that are there, even more, because now you're in the marriage. Those threats are still there. They're still bubbling under. Just needing one person to open up the access, to give in to those threats. But it's interesting that you would say that, because I was thinking of myself, when we were courting, if I was thinking that, why was I extra eager to meet you? Why was I always on time? Why was I clearing up my schedule and just making sure at this time I have nothing else on my plate?
Because I'm a good man.
Yes, because you're a good man. Thank you. But for me as a young lady, I was just like, okay, this guy is interested in me, and let's see, I like him. He makes me laugh. I enjoy his company. I was not motivated by, there might be someone else who he might, be talking to at these times. It never crossed my mind, to be honest. But so for me as a woman, I would see other things. I would say it's not about the threat. I would say it's about the newness of the chase. The feeling of being sought after, the attention that you were giving me at the time. It's like a new adventure. You're like a child with a new toy. You want to play with it all the time, right? You're discovering new things about it. You're excited. You're just on a wave. You're always on a wave when you're with this person. So I think those are the motivations that were there for me to just put in the extra. And I never for once thought that, hey, so this is what you were thinking. You were thinking there might be that you had to fill in all the gaps because there might be someone else who was.
Because I'm saying 98% of people approach it from a place of insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so many people are driven because of insecurity. How do you verify the theory of insecurity, the insecurity theory?
Yeah.
How do you verify the insecurity theory? You verify it in marriage. Marriage verifies it. Yeah. How does marriage verify it? Marriage verifies it because you find that in a marriage can be dull.
Yeah.
very dull, then a threat occurs. That's when people wake up. That's when they want to run. Now, when you talk about threat can be built out into many subcategories, because threat is where now, after the threat has lifted, it is easy to take someone for granted.
Yeah.
It is easy to undervalue. It is easy to assume tomorrow. It's easy to think, okay, fine. I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
This person is going to be here anyway. It's easy to forego the important things because the threat is not there anymore. Yeah. And so that thing I'm calling threat can mutate into other animals. Can be, now we are set, we are done, there's no one running after you. Or there's also the subconscious part of it, which is, okay, now we are there. Because remember that, go back to, again, courtship. When we're dating, if you think at the top of your mind right now, what do you think and say, by the way, this is what I intend to do for my husband all the years of our marriage?
I never thought that, let me be honest. During courtship, I was just enjoying myself. Planning the wedding, hoping for great days in our marriage, not really thinking which goals am I setting to meet in this marriage, to keep it, to sustain, the momentum that we've come with from courtship. My mind was not there, let me be honest.
Yes. Marriage sustainable goals.
Yes. Oh my God. That can be a thing. Vision 20 what?
Yes. Vision 20 never.
Oh my God. Vision 20 now. Yes, 20 now.
Because people never think that, by the way, I'm going back to myself. I never thought at the back of my mind that when I get married, what type of a husband do I want to be? Those are not things that we think about.
No.
Yeah. And so what that does is that now, as I said, that now, as you said, now when you are courting, what becomes the target? The wedding day becomes the target. When the wedding day becomes the target, now when the marriage begins on the next day, you have two people who are lost. And they are lost in whichever. If one was coming from a place of threat, another one was coming from a place, I'm just enjoying the moment, or it's coming from a place of, screensaver, whatever it is people are doing.
Yeah.
Because I never thought, what kind of a husband do I want to be? What kind of husband do I want to be? Then, and that's why you find now when marriages become older, if you look at us, if you look at us at a time and maybe and throw spanner into the works, look at any marriage whereby after a while, if an affair enters, how does an affair come in? Doesn't an affair come with the same things that courtship had? Affairs come with the flirting, the jokes, the conversation, the eagerness to meet, all those things. All those things come with affairs. Look at any couple that has dealt with affairs in a marriage. If you go back to the very core, it began from a high. I always say affairs come from good places. No affair begins from a bad place. All affairs begin from a good place. Dropping someone at work, giving a colleague a cup of tea. It always begins from a good place. But if you look at every affair is laced in courtship. Every affair is laced in courtship. There is no affair not laced in courtship. Every affair is laced in courtship. You find that there was just courtship that began. Those are conversation, those are flirt, those are this, those are that. The things that were there during courtship that died
in the marriage.
Now, because we never had a conversation, I never thought. I asked you during premarital counseling, what are your expectations?
How many babies?
Yes. Told me I want 7 babies.
Where do you want to live?
Yes. I want you to be respectful. I want you to be faithful. Those are things where I expect you to be faithful. I expect you to be nini. I expect us to be collaborative. I expect companionship. We say a lot of
big, fancy, nice words.
Bold and beautiful words. After bold and beautiful words, what happens?
The practical is...
I never sat down and said, by the way, I'm going to walk this girl down the aisle, and I, as Victor, this is the kind of husband I want to be. But if I'm going to be your husband for 3 days, and God calls me home after 3 days, I'll have given you 3 days you'll never forget. You see, and that woman thinks, by the way, I'm getting married, this is my thought, this is the kind of wife I'm going to be. People don't think about that. Tunasemanga tunapanga tukienda. Na marriage opangangu ukienda itakupanga. For our international audience, you don't arrange the marriages because it arranges you.
It fixes you. Yet you are the one who's supposed to reign over it. When you're talking, I was just thinking, like, within the courtship, we're always talking about the needs of a man, the needs of a woman. So the expectations that you have of the other person are really forward in the discussions. Like, you know, what do you expect of me? But we hardly take the time to sit outside of that conversation and really look at ourselves. What am I willing to do in this marriage to help the marriage flourish? And also, are these things that I want, this version, the way I want to be in the marriage, is it something that is acceptable and appealing to my partner? That's like level 2 of the analysis. Like this whole thing that I've created in my mind, this ideal that I have of who I want to be in the marriage. Is it speaking also to what my partner needs? And I think during courtship, it's really important for couples to sit down and lay that out. The expectations of the other person, yes, but also what you are willing to put down to make that marriage work. And then those things that you're willing to put down, do they speak to the expectations of your partner? So those 3 levels of analysis, I think, are really key during the courtship period. You talked about affairs, and I was thinking, so courtship essentially should not end when the couple gets married. The things that we did as we were dating, those should even be amplified in the marriage, because there's so much pressure already that the marriage is facing, you know, the demands that are there, the children are there, the parents are there, the colleagues are there, deadlines are there. Like it's a mix, it's a whole mix of things. How does a couple who's, you know, trying to make that marriage work and also dealing with life, how do you bring those two together? Is it even possible to, you know, come up to a place where you can balance it?
I think because we normally forget one thing, that marriage is life.
Yeah.
And I think whenever a couple separates marriage from life, is when it becomes a creature of its own. Because marriage is marriage, I've always said that marriage is life, and marriage has a life. And marriage can grow. You know how you can have a head growing out of someone?
No, I don't know how, but I can imagine it.
Marriage grows its own head.
Yeah.
And one thing that I think that I've come to learn is that marriage, as I said, marriage is life, and marriage has a life. And the problem with marriage having a life is that marriage will always govern itself if it's not governed. Yeah. Marriage will grow itself. Marriage will nurture itself.
The traditions and the patterns will set themselves.
It just does. It's and I always say this, it's a strange theological argument, but I always say that marriage is not a non-living organism. I believe marriage is an organism in its own right, because marriage has a life. We are somewhere in the middle of the year right now. We've done over 10 years of marriage. If you look back at the back of your mind and try to look at all these years together, we've been together. If you look back, it's just the other day. Just the other day.
All in one lifetime.
All in one lifetime. But it just grows. So whenever you have a couple and ask them, for example, let's say the couple is coming, for example, we've not talked for 6 months. How did you get to 6 months? The marriage just grew. It just grew and developed. We don't talk. It became a we don't talk marriage. It grew to become we don't talk, we don't have sex marriage. You know, it grew to we fight each other marriage. Marriage will always, and so one thing that couples always seem to do is that whenever couples get married, is they take marriage, they pack the marriage, then we start living life. So you are pursuing life, I'm pursuing life. Now marriage is there. So we come back to it when we have time. When as both of us can put it, that we look at life like, okay, there are many things. There are children, there are this, there's stress, there's all these things, there's work, there are deadlines. So pause marriage, you come back to you. It is growing. It is developing its own ecosystem to learn to survive us the way we are. It's very interesting. Then what happens? Children come in. When the children come in, what happens? There is very few parents, and I'm saying it's very rare for both parents, unless they're both very crazy. Parents are very funny, because parents will not come up with the excuse and say, by the way, there are many things to juggle. No, parenting is active.
Yeah.
We go for
whatever
school
you
meeting.
need to do, you do it.
Parenting is active.
You have to tick that box, no matter what.
Parenting is active.
Yeah.
So when a couple gets married, they put marriage there, let it grow by itself. They have their jobs, then they have the kids. So I'm fathering in my way, you're mothering in your own way. We meet at the children, we do our things. When the kids have made a mistake, we meet them together. You pinch one ear, I pinch the other ear. We throw them out, and we we don't come back to, by the way. No, number one, marriage is life.
Yeah.
When I go to marriage is life, I go to what do I want for my life? What do I want for my life? You see,
our life now.
it's my theory.
We are together now.
No, it's my theory.
We're looking at the marriage as a unit, not as an individual's journey.
It's my theory.
Yes.
I mean, what is my theory?
So our marriage, our life.
Yeah. So okay, it's our life. Okay. For the sake of peace.
Yeah.
Yes. So look at it. Okay, now what is expected of me? I'll give an example. I want to be happy.
Yeah.
I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want to play. I want to pray. I think about all the things I want to do. What's the next course of action? I step up and start doing it. You see? Then, what I said, what I want to be remembered for. You and I said, okay, by the way, we are actually married. I'm actually married. What kind of marriage do I want? I want a marriage that has romance, has got this, has got this, has got this, has got this. Okay, good. Then I'm also going to do it.
Yeah.
Now, the gap comes in when we say, let us wait. Let us wait. What are we waiting for? Let us wait. We have deadlines. Let us wait. The kids to grow. Let us wait. Many couples, by the time the kids go, don't know what to do with each other.
Because you really
the marriage has
the
marriage has grown without phone calls during the day. The marriage has grown without us flirting. The marriage has grown without us playing. The marriage has grown without us being intimate every other day. The marriage has grown without those things. That's what the marriage tree knows. So when a couple comes to the office and they sit and you ask them, how long have you been married? They're 17 years. They're like, oops.
Yeah.
Then you begin to do countbacks. You begin to ask them, okay, let's look at your phones. Let's see the texts. Just look at your text. Do you guys talk about the marriage?
Yeah.
And the couple scroll. And when you scroll the text, you find there's no joke. There's no flirting. There is nothing. Now, get a couple that is having an affair. Take that person's same phone. This person who is bring home Nini, buy this, have you paid that, this person is very transactional in the conversations, even fighting and saying we don't spend time together. Why can't we spend time together? That same person, look at them when they're having an affair. Look at the language. I long for you. I miss you. I want to see you. Oh, an emoji. Oh, sijui nini. Oh, Nini, a guy says, I don't do flowers. Suddenly he knows where flowers are normally bought. And I have flowers and lilies are yellow. Lilies are the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lilies can be yellow, yeah.
They can be yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, lilies are those ones. Yeah.
Colors,
They are different colors.
Yeah.
You have yellow lilies as well.
Many, yeah.
Okay, so I'm a roses kind of guy.
I know.
Because they are just red.
Roses can also be different.
No. Roses are red, violets are blue. So you see now, so when I'm there, if you look at this same person, and this is what I have seen in the office during the coaching sessions with couples that have had affairs, the biggest shocking thing for all the parties involved, especially the person who has been betrayed in that sense, the biggest shock they normally have is that my partner had all this in them. That's the most shocking thing.
Yeah.
That I never knew that she jokes. I never knew that she had a dirty, naughty side. I never knew that he was flirtatious. I never knew that he could book a hotel. I never knew that he could tell someone good morning. I never knew he can ask anyone, how are you doing? 19 years.
You never heard it.
I've never
heard it.
I've had a backache, stomachache, I've had labor 5 times.
Yeah.
Never been asked, how am I doing? So I'm thinking, what is happening? I go back to every one of them has had that potential in them, but they never found 2 things: an outlet and a reason to.
I like what you said, that the marriage is kind of put on the side, yet it's supposed to be the life of the union. And I thought to myself, like, even before you have your first baby, really your first baby is your marriage. What do I do for my baby?
I'm your firstborn.
You're my firstborn, yes.
So only when it suits me.
Only when it suits you. Yeah. These are not those moments of, don't talk to me like a child. Yeah? Okay. So the firstborn of the union is the marriage. And so whatever I do for my firstborn, I need to be gentle, with this baby of mine. I need to nurture this baby of mine. I need to pay attention to this baby, because every day, every moment, every word, every event, every occasion is changing it, is growing it. What am I feeding my marriage? We don't often think like, this is my garden that I need to till. This is my garden that I need to, shape up. I need to add manure. I need to add good things. I need to add the spices. I need to take it out into the sunshine. I need to turn it over. I need to wipe it. When it's crying, I need to hug it. When it's down, I need to do all these things, because the marriage really is my first baby. And often in the marriage, you kind of, push it to the side. As you're saying, chasing after life, chasing after all these things. The children come, and still the marriage is there. The firstborn is looking at you like, I need your attention. I need you to come, and hold me and ask me, how are you doing? What do you need? How can I be of service to you? And I think that this is one thing that we kind of lose from the courtship adjusting into marriage. We stop looking at our marriage as really the baby of the union and taking care of that baby until it grows into what it's supposed to be, until it graduates from level, to level. And I think maybe if couples look at the marriage as the baby of the union, then we're more intentional. Marriage, that word intentionality is always just, popping up, that I have to shape the marriage into what I want it to be. That affection that I'm looking from you to give me, I have to give it first. But then I have a question also, like, because maybe our love languages are often different.
Often, yeah.
So sometimes you could be putting into the marriage what you need, and the other person is not perceiving it as the hint that they need, that they should also be pouring into the marriage. They might receive it as, okay, wow, you've taken me out for dinner, but that's not my love language. How do you maneuver through that? Feeding the marriage with what you need, yet the other person does not perceive it as an invitation for them to also feed the marriage.
I think it's a very rich question, because if you examine marriage again in its very core, there are 2 statements you've said. So number 1, what you feed it.
Yeah.
And what you feed it is what it gives you. What we lose over time is, as you said, this is a whole theory. I want to throw out something. That's why I have a bit. As much as I love what Gary Chapman did with Languages of Love, I love what he did. I've always had a particular issue with it a bit.
Yeah.
Because they say that more often than not, our love languages stem out of our areas of most dysfunctions.
Yeah.
Now, put that in one box. Dysfunctions create the love language. Number two is that what is this that this one person wants in the marriage that is not mutually beneficial? And that is where the selfishness comes in. Because I'll give one example, again, based on research. I'll even say this. I've taken you out for dinner.
Yeah.
When I've taken you out for dinner, your love language, you want to be taken for dinner.
Yeah.
You wanted me to buy you
Bag.
a
Birkin.
yeah, you bring home a bag. But when you go out for dinner, there are two things that dinner has said. Dinner has said, number one, I thought about you.
Thinking of you.
Number two, I took the work to prepare for this. Yeah, because you're the center of it.
Yeah.
And number three, I'm going to spend time talking to you. Now, isn't that a right avenue to say, by the way, thank you so much for dinner, I appreciate. I appreciate it so much. By then now, can I give you a hint? Next time, bring me for dinner. Surprise me with a bag under the table. And I tell you, we'll have triplets tomorrow. But you see, so what happens is that people always forget that most of the things that people bring into the marriage to make the marriage better are actually mutually beneficial if we stop being selfish for a minute.
Yes, if both partners are sober in
Yeah,
that moment,
it's fine, because there are times when your partner, maybe their love language is touch and they want a hug, but they can't hug themselves.
Yeah.
For them to want a hug, they must come and hug you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the work, I'm like, no, I don't want to be hugged. And this person, okay, I don't want to be hugged. But statistics show that couples that hug more but embrace more fight less. You see? So you look at it, you find that there's always a balance of the mathematics. That's the place it just normally meets. You find that this person who decided, okay, fine, the other person, okay, my language of love is acts of service. Okay, then, fine, the act of service, and maybe you wake up and think, no, I think I just want to clean the house.
Yeah.
This house is a mess. I just need the house to be cleaned.
Yes.
My language of love is act of service, but I cannot also stay in a space like this. I need to put things together. And this person thinks, by the way, yes, it is mutually beneficial. I would have preferred if you came and bought me a gift or gave me words of affirmation, but you cleaned the house.
Yeah. I think that's what happens when the marriage is like at the front of both couples' mind. Like it's something that both people in the union are working towards, nurturing it and just keeping it at a good state. Yeah, but it's not always the case. It's not always the case that two couples in that particular moment are for the marriage. You know, sometimes it's difficult because something has happened. You know, there's some resentment, there's some conflict in there. It's not always as clear cut as that. It's not always to look at the. It's not always easy to wear the lens of pro-marriage, especially when there's a conflict between the two partners.
I'll give you a very funny exercise I normally have with couples in the office. Whenever a couple comes and it's hot, you know, the couple sit and you see one is breathing like a dragon, the other is breathing like a horse.
Yeah.
And when they sit, and the first thing that I normally do to disarm them is I ask them, tell me, how did you guys meet? And no matter how angry they are, you find, we met at we met. There's something, it just cools it down and brings it down.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest issue is, as you're saying, is that the lens is how do I keep my lens clear, even after mistakes have taken place, because marriage is long.
Very.
Yes. So even after mistakes, how do I keep the lens the way it is? That I don't begin to withdraw, because I said, as you said, it's something we are feeding. And because you are feeding it, even feeding it with nothing is being fed. That's how it is.
Yes.
So I now withdraw because we came to a place whereby you did something. Or I mean, you said something, or I stumbled on a text on my phone, stumbled on a text on my phone, or something of the sort, or I said I'll do that, I didn't do, and suddenly now you are in a place where you have withdrawn everything and you've shut down. But we have to go back to the lens, which is that let's go back to the very beginning. And that's why let's ask couples, do you want this?
Yeah.
Do you want the marriage?
Yeah. Did you marry your enemy?
Did you marry your enemy? Yes.
Yeah.
This means that I have made a mistake. You have made a mistake. Now we meet at the table. I need to clean the lens. I need to clean the lens. Because again, what marriages lack is we have gone a bit off course, but what marriages lack is grace. The grace to be like, okay, fine, then this has taken place. As you said, you talked about disappointments, things have happened at the beginning. But where is the grace in the marriage? Where is the grace that I didn't marry perfection?
Yes.
I married potential. Yeah. That potentially this woman can be the woman of my dreams after 18 years of marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can people wait that long?
I think so.
Yeah,
They should.
That this man I saw, and I've seen people asking me, "Oh, this man cheated on me," but no, men grow up and men change. So where is the window of grace whereby there is grace? Now, grace does not mean that you are abusing me, but grace means that I'm going back to the lens. But in the lens, I'm saying I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to put my best foot forward. But again, as you said, do we agree on the kind of marriage you want?
Yeah.
Do we just want to sit and talk about bills? Every day we are planning about bills. Where will the kids go to school? Where is Nani going to go? What wanajenga na siata hatujajenga? Now ndo sisi hapa we are in our 50s hatujajenga. Where we talking about? Yes, we are planning for who?
Yeah. But what are those practical ways in which we can keep the courtship in the marriage, keep the excitement, the love, the peace, the agreement within the marriage, even as you make that adjustment, even as everything is happening, pulling you from all sides? What are practical ways in which we can keep that peace and that affection growing? How do we continue growing that marriage? Are there practical ways?
I can give you a plan.
Yes.
Since you've asked me.
Uh-huh.
Number one.
Yeah.
Couples must play together. Couples are serious. Oh, couples are serious. Have you seen them?
I've seen them.
Couples.
We've been them a few times.
You've been them a few times. Yes. Thank God for deliverance.
The investments must grow.
You must grow. We have to. The kids have to go to school. What wanapanga maisha huko nje. I told you that I'm looking for a man who can be serious, we can plan life with.
Yeah.
No one wants someone to plan. I can plan life by myself.
It's one with a brain, eh?
Yes. We have Google calendars. We can plan our lives. So we don't need all that. So first things marriages have to go back to is to play.
Yeah.
Look at old couples. If you've ever seen couples who are 40 years together in marriage, 50 years together, what they do is they play.
Yeah.
And people underestimate the power of playing in marriage. Because playing keeps the friendship.
Yeah.
Playing opens up communication doors. Playing creates immediate memories for reset. Because I am so used to playing with you. I'm so used to tickling you. I'm so used to playing funny games with you that if I don't do that with you for 2 days because we had an issue, by the third day I'm having withdrawal symptoms, I have to come back.
Yeah.
But the last time I tickled you was during 1981 when they were trying to do when they were planning the coup, 82. That's how far back. So I don't even miss
You
it.
have no way to come back.
Yeah, I don't even miss it. We have stayed for so long without having fun that I don't even miss it. And so because I don't miss it, I know how to live without it. And so the first thing that couples have to think about is couples think about we need money, we need to spend money, go out on safaris, travel to Naivasha, go to the Maldives, what. But I have seen couples in my experience who have traveled to go fight in Dubai.
Yeah.
To go fight in Thailand.
Thailand
to
is
go
it's a hotspot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is a problem with Thailand. It must be discussed.
I think so.
Many marriages have gone.
Research on.
We go to the honeymoon Thailand. Things don't really go well.
But just honeymoons, yeah.
Yeah.
Holidays are different.
We'll do our research.
Yeah.
But honeymoons, this has been a problem. I've dealt with many couples. So you see, so you're waiting to go to Maldives, and you're waiting for 10 years to get the money to go to Maldives. When you get to Maldives, we cannot spend time together because in 1 minute, 2 minutes in the room, we get in the room quickly because we are there, we're excited, we are away, energy is high. Yeah, people do the do.
The do.
From there, people are back to their phones,
Yeah.
doing their own things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So couples have to have a daily habit of playing. Play together. Be childish together.
Yeah.
I think I was watching with you the Cosby show when they were high-fiving each other when the first child went to college.
Yeah.
They were like 1 down, 3 to go. Yes. You
Yeah.
see, but you see, they are looking forward to something.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting part. So I'm thinking playing every day, playing as often as couples can, just normal games of playing will make you miss the person when there's conflict, will make you miss something. A marriage is as strong as its memories.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
playing can include so many things, like just laughing together, inside jokes, chasing each other around the house.
Yes.
Yeah. So many things that you can do that we do to play. Yeah. What other practical way? Those ones are for individual counseling. Yeah.
Yes. So playing is key.
Yeah.
The next thing is love languages.
Yeah.
Have days when you just choose to say today is a love language day. I'm going to do a particular thing in the love language. I'm going to do something
In their love language.
in their love language. That's something very important as well. Do love language. That's something that is there every day. Also, as well, is learning something new. I believe learn something new together. Learn something new about your spouse.
So just being in that constant state of learning,
Learn something
like
new.
even wanting to, being curious to understand, oh, why is my partner like this? Like seeing the patterns and just understanding them.
Yeah, because learning creates the bandwidth for growth. Because as you grow in your career, I need to learn as you're changing. When you got into your career, maybe you entered as an intern. Now you're a supervisor, or you're a manager, you're a director, whatever. There are curves, there are things that also that has stretched you to learn.
Yep.
You entered work very naive, maybe.
Yeah.
You've been betrayed 5 times.
Yeah.
There are things you know
Yeah.
that change you.
Yeah.
When we began, maybe we are at a place when we began, I always say, I began under a tree. I had the responsibility of one person when we started off. Now I have more to deal with. There are curves I've gone through. There are curves you've gone through. We had our first child, had second child, had third child. There are curves you've gone through. Every child brought something, a new learning. So one thing is learn something new. Learning is I'm going to take time to tell you something about me, and I also want you to be eager to know what I'm teaching you. Not I'm telling you, by the way, I love butterflies. Like the watermelon juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do not remind me about watermelon.
So that's my memory.
I don't believe it.
That's my
Even
memory.
until today, you've never said, make me watermelon juice. It's my favorite juice.
Memory juice. I had to sound
No,
complicated.
no. Watermelon is not even complicated. I mean, we were in Kenya. The oxygen carries watermelons. Watermelon juice.
I didn't say orange. Orange is so common and for something sophisticated. Yes, I did the sound. Yes. So learn something every day. The third thing which is very important is affirmation. Affirm daily.
Yeah.
And I think that is where the problem comes in. It's in the affirmation.
Yeah.
Every human being naturally is drawn to people who speak well about them. That's how we are raised. That's how we are. Naturally, human beings are all needy. It just depends how they express their neediness. So we all want.
Some don't even express it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a fura too.
Yeah.
And because they have not been told your tie looks nice. They have not been told your shoes look nice. Your nails look nice. You did this. You are an amazing person.
Or everyone tells them, except the one person that you need to hear from badly. You're desperate to just hear your partner tell you, wow, I like your new hairstyle. But yet they do not.
Yes. And they tell you, but I thought you knew.
You always hit it. You always look good.
You always look good.
You don't
What
need
do
to
you
be
mean?
told every single day.
You know.
Meanwhile, there's a criminal down the corner. So I was like, hey, boss, today those shoes. Hey, look at your watch. Look at your coat. Hey,
You
tell
keep
me
on
where you shop.
Keep on passing 5 times, asking for staplers. Give me a stapler. Give me a paper
Paper
punch.
clips.
Give me
Where's the
toothpick.
masking tape?
God have
Is the
mercy.
dispenser working? It's like, oh, God, it's stupid question.
God have mercy.
Yeah.
So, affirmation, affirm daily. Many couples don't affirm. They don't affirm you've done something. I see the effort you put.
Yeah.
I see the struggle you put.
Yeah.
I appreciate. I see what you do. I see the effort you put. I see you. I see you trying. I see you pushing. I see you carrying. I see you did this. People don't notice that. And at times, I don't know if it's an insecurity or they don't want to show weakness. I don't know. I think it's a vulnerability problem whereby someone silently appreciates. But I realize that human beings actually, again, this is a lot of research that has gone through this, is every human being wants to hear the
hear
words.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
No one wants to be told that I appreciated you. You didn't tell. No, I made you a cake. No. Human beings want to hear. My mother wants to hear. She did a good job.
Yeah.
Me taking her to hospital, paying her bills does not tell her that. Me buying her food doesn't tell her that.
Yeah.
We have childhood wounds of parents who fed us. Yeah, many people can say that my parents fed me, took me to school, but I never had them saying you're doing well. And in marriage, it is the one thing that covers noise.
Yeah.
If a couple can know how to affirm, they silence the marriage.
Yeah,
literally.
and affirmation does not need a special occasion.
No.
Like, we don't have to wait for our partner's birthday or Father's Day,
Or
Mother's
burial.
Day or burial to say good things about them. You know, it's in the everyday, I'm just so grateful for you. Oh, okay. Why? I'm like, no, I'm just grateful. Yeah, I'm happy that I've woken up beside you. Like, I just thank you for being my friend. You know, like, I'm so happy to see you. Welcome home. You know, it's just in the little things. It doesn't have to be like a whole poem of, gratitude. But just those little moments where you appreciate your partner for even quirky things. Thank you for bringing me my food, I love how you cooked me toast this morning. Just those simple things keeps that affirmation in the air of the marriage.
Actually, there's something you said before I go to the fourth point, which
Yeah.
is very important.
Yeah.
There's something about in affirmation you talked about there's something about greetings.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think we can do a whole show on that, but something about greetings. I don't know if you have seen these clips going around. There's a couple I normally follow, of someone entering home, and they show choices, and they show someone entering home and a lady entering home and the husband is doing one thing and doesn't even get up to say hi, or vice versa. At times you find that those are just some of the things that someone can come home having had a bad day. You've come home, had a very bad day, you enter the house and I am doing my own things, and I don't even take time to acknowledge you've come in. I don't recognize you, I don't do anything. And you quickly begin, because you've had a bad day, it pushes you to didn't he want me to come home? Even he doesn't care.
You're not appreciated.
It's just that coming home, and you see that's what happens. And when you come home, kids run to you and kids hug you and kids jump on you, but your spouse jumps away from you. So
repelling.
Repelling. And that is just taken, not that they're even conscious, it's unconscious, but that's part of affirmation. Then lastly, nurture a routine. Nurture a routine. Marriage, as you said, is fed.
Yes.
Nurture a routine. Give it the routine it needs. That is the plan. Play together. Learn something new. Affirm daily. Nurture routine.
I love it.
Plan.
Yeah.
See, I'm a genius. You married a genius.
Yes, I did. I knew. This one. We're going places. I really appreciate you and thank you. It's been a really good conversation as always.
Yes.
My biggest take home today is that work is very much needed in the marriage. That I always need to see my marriage as that firstborn fruit of the union, and I should never neglect it. I should always be checking up on it, always keeping it at the fore of my mind, always looking for ways in which I can make it better. Unique to our own circumstance, because sometimes maybe you're not able to take each other for dinner, you don't have the time, or the scheduling is not just aligning. But there's so many other ways that marriages can be nurtured, and just keeping that fire of friendship going, I think, is really good as a solid foundation to keep growing the marriage. So I'm really happy about the discussion today, and it's just reminded me that I should not forget that my first baby, my first fruit is the marriage, and I should always keep my intention on it.
I think my take home is marriage is life. Marriage is life. I always say when you're buying land, you always know what you want to do with the land. You do your research, you do your due diligence, you buy it, you invest in it because you know what you want to do with it. Same thing with marriage. You do your due diligence before you get married, invest in it, know what you want to do with it. Yes, marriage is life. If marriage works, life works. When marriage fails, you always feel like life is failing. Yeah.
I love it.
And that's it for Marriage Kindergarten.
Thank you for joining us. So like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time on Marriage Kindergarten.
Take care. Stay blessed.